Misrepresentation in law can have serious consequences for contracts and legal agreements. Today, we're exploring the 4 key elements of misrepresentation and their impact on legal proceedings. Misrepresentation occurs when a false statement of fact affects a contract or legal agreement. Understanding the 4 elements of misrepresentation is crucial for both legal professionals and individuals entering into contracts. Let's break down these 4 elements. First, a party must make a representation. This is a statement of fact, which can be broad in interpretation. It might be a verbal statement, an action, or even a gesture. For instance, painting over mold in a building has been considered a statement in some legal cases. The second element is that the representation must be false. This seems straightforward, but there are nuances. For example, statements of opinion or future predictions generally don't count as representations of fact. However, if the person making the statement could have known the facts and the statement is clearly false based on those facts, it may be treated as a misrepresentation. The third element is materiality. The false statement must have a significant impact on the contract or agreement. Courts often apply a reasonable person standard, asking whether the statement would have influenced a typical person's decision to enter the contract. The fourth and final element is reliance causing a loss. The plaintiff must prove they relied on the misrepresentation when deciding to agree to the contract, and that this reliance caused them some form of loss. Now that we understand the 4 elements, let's look at the types of misrepresentation. There are 3 main categories: fraudulent, negligent, and innocent misrepresentation. Fraudulent misrepresentation occurs when the person making the statement either knows it's false or makes it recklessly, without knowing if it's true. This is the most serious type and can result in both contract rescission and damages. Negligent misrepresentation happens when the person making the statement had no reasonable grounds for believing it was true. This can violate both the tort of negligence and the tort of deceit. Innocent misrepresentation is when the person making the statement didn't know it was false. In these cases, damages might be awarded, but contracts are often not rescinded. It's important to note some legal considerations and exceptions. Silence typically doesn't constitute misrepresentation under the principle of caveat emptor or buyer beware. However, there are exceptions, such as when there's a fiduciary duty to disclose information. Additionally, partial disclosure of information can be considered misleading. If a situation changes and makes a previously true statement false, there's a responsibility to inform the other party of this change. In conclusion, understanding the 4 elements of misrepresentation, a representation, its falsity, material impact, and reliance causing loss, is crucial in navigating contract law. Whether you're entering into a contract or dealing with a potential misrepresentation case, being aware of these elements and their implications can help protect your interests and ensure fair dealings in legal agreements.